My spouse mistakenly referred to me as her former partner's name during intimacy and claimed, "These things occur." The following day, I unintentionally arranged for a relocation service to transport all her possessions to his location. I messaged her in response, "These things occur," and then, the initial post, I, a 38-year-old man, have been wed to Rebecca, 35, for 6 years, and we've been a couple for 9 years altogether. Last Tuesday evening altered our lives completely. We were sharing a private moment, no need for specifics, but it was one of those uncommon evenings when both children were at friends' overnight stays. The passion was building when she whispered, "Oh, Trevor." Trevor, her previous boyfriend, the one she said was insignificant and from the distant past. All activity ceased. I withdrew, gazing at her in the low light. She instantly recognized her error. Her eyes widened in shock. I didn't mean it. You just said Trevor's name." She straightened up, wrapping the blanket around her body. "It was a mistake. These things happen. Individuals mix up names occasionally. In the bedroom? At that moment? You're exaggerating. It holds no significance." "No significance? You were imagining him while we were together?" She even rolled her eyes. "Come on, as if you've never recalled a past lover. I've never addressed you with someone else's name." "Well, congratulations. Do you want an award?" "It was unintentional. These things happen. Move past it." The nonchalance, the indifference, as if I was absurd for feeling hurt that my wife uttered another man's name in our most personal encounter. "Move past it?" "Yes, goodness, you're so touchy. It's merely a name." It escaped accidentally. Trevor and I shared 5 years together. Occasionally old habits resurface. Old habits? Old habits? You understand what I'm saying. We're committed. We have children. Our existence is together. Stop turning this into more than it is. She flipped over and fell asleep. Just like that. As though she hadn't just shattered something essential. I remained awake until 4 a.m., reflecting on how she pronounced his name with such ease, on how swiftly she brushed off my emotions, on "these things happen." At 5 a.m., I reached a conclusion. If uttering your ex's name during closeness is simply something that occurs, then perhaps other incidents can occur as well. I held off until she departed for her job at 8:30 a.m. Then I placed some phone calls. First one, Armstrong Relocation Service. "Hello, I require an immediate relocation. Today, if feasible, complete packing assistance." Second one, my friend Keith, who works as a locksmith. "Could you come by this afternoon? I need the locks replaced." Third one, Trevor's office. Yes, I knew his workplace. Small community. "Hello, can I confirm an address for a shipment?" By midday, the relocators arrived at my residence. Skilled team. 4 men. I'd labeled all her items with adhesive notes. Her wardrobe. Her literature. Her grandmother's porcelain that she cherished so much. Her fitness gear. Her workspace at home. All of it. "Where's everything heading?" the lead worker inquired. I provided Trevor's address. "Right there. Inform them Rebecca's items are being sent back to the proper name she mentions." The relocators didn't inquire further. They're not compensated to criticize. 6 hours on, all her belongings were removed. The home appeared odd, partially vacant but somehow tidier. Keith updated the locks at about 3 p.m. At 5:47 p.m., my phone lit up. Rebecca phoning. I allowed it to voicemail, message. "Where are my things?" Another. "What have you done?" Another. "The neighbor spotted moving vehicles." I paused until 6 p.m., then replied via text. "Your items were mistakenly sent to Trevor's location. These things happen." My phone rang right away. I picked up. "What on earth is wrong with you?" "Watch your words, Rebecca." The children could overhear. They were with my mother. I'd set that up earlier. "You relocated my belongings to my former boyfriend's place?" "Are you crazy?" "It was a mistake. Occasionally, incorrect addresses occur. Old habits from noting familiar locations. This isn't amusing. Neither was the previous night. You can't simply eject me. This is my home as well. I'm not ejecting you. Your possessions just mistakenly went to the incorrect address. Such incidents occur. You stated it yourself. I'm heading home immediately, and you'd better allow me entry. The door has always been accessible to my spouse. Not certain who you are, though. Last night you appeared unsure about my identity." She disconnected. 20 minutes later, she was at the entrance. "The key failed. Unlock this door." I opened it but blocked the way. "May I assist you? Allow me into my home." "Apologies, Rebecca, but last night clarified you're still fixated on Trevor. Assumed you'd feel more at ease with him. Your items are already there." "You can't do this. We're wedded." "I'll contact the authorities." Go ahead. Describe to them how you said your ex's name in bed, instructed me to move on, and now you're distressed that your possessions were sent to his location. Her complexion shifted from flushed to pale. You're truly terminating our marriage over a name. No, I'm concluding it due to your total disregard for my emotions and your evident continuing interest in your ex. The name was merely the revelation. I want my kids. They're with my mother. You can visit them tomorrow. We'll arrange custody via attorneys. You orchestrated this. This is unlawful. It's theft. I possess receipts from the relocation service indicating everything was delivered securely. Nothing taken, just repositioned. She remained there, lips parting and shutting like a stranded fish. Update 1. 3 days have passed since the unintended relocation. The turmoil has intensified as anticipated. First, Trevor. Unfortunate, bewildered Trevor. He returned from his job to discover Rebecca's whole existence stacked on his yard. She'd evidently never informed him she was married. He believed she was unattached when she contacted him as acquaintances 6 months prior. Oh yes, that's the detail. They've been messaging for months. Just updating each other, she claimed when she eventually confessed. Trevor phoned me the following morning. Man, what's going on? Why are Rebecca's items at my place? Why is she weeping on my sofa claiming you expelled her? Inquire why she addressed me with your name in bed. Long pause. She what? Yes. So since she obviously can't distinguish us, thought her items belonged with the correct person. Dude, I have a partner. I don't desire this chaos. Then perhaps avoid messaging married women. She mentioned she was divorcing. That was new information for me. When did she mention that? Around 3 months back. Said you two were essentially housemates, remaining together for the children. I chuckled, genuinely chuckled. We were intimate twice last week, Trevor. Well, once and a partial, I suppose. The partial was when she used your name. He ended the call. Rebecca's mother, Gloria, contacted next. This lady who hasn't held employment ever, wed to spouse number 3, had views. How dare you embarrass my daughter this way? She embarrassed herself, Gloria. It was only a name. Men are all so delicate. Would your spouse be fine with you using your ex's name during intimacy? That's distinct. How? You've been wed 6 years. You have kids. You don't discard that over a verbal slip. She's been messaging him for 6 months. Told him we were divorcing. Still believe it was just a slip? Quiet. Then you're fabricating. Ask her. Rebecca appeared again that night with her sibling Mallory and brother-in-law Dennis. They attempted to shove past me into the residence. This is assault, Mallory yelled. Dennis dialed 911. Dennis seemed uneasy. We're the ones attempting forced entry into his home. It's her home, too. I raised my phone, capturing video. Please, continue attempting to force entry. This will appear excellent in legal proceedings. They retreated. Rebecca was pretending to weep. I recognize her genuine tears versus her manipulative ones. This was award-level manipulative weeping. Where are our kids? You can't withhold them from me. They're at school currently as on any weekday. You can collect them at 3:30 as usual. I've informed the school you'll retrieve them today. That halted the false tears. Where would I bring them? Your mother's? Trevor's? That motel you're evidently residing in? I can't fund a motel indefinitely. Then I suppose you'd better resolve something. Perhaps Trevor can assist. You two appear close. Mallory interjected. This is economic abuse. No, this is repercussion. She has employment. She has relatives. She has Trevor. She'll manage. What about the children? You're harming them. I informed them Mommy requires some distance to sort issues. They're fine. More worried about maintaining Pizza Fridays. Dennis eventually commented, Listen, guy, I understand you're wounded, but don't you think the relocation vehicle was excessive? Dennis, if Mallory used her ex's name during intimacy, then told you to move on, what would you do? He glanced at Mallory, then Rebecca, then me. Yeah, all right. I get your perspective. Dennis, Mallory screeched. What? I'm simply stating I comprehend his upset. They departed after additional warnings about legal counsel and custody and how I'd rue this. That evening, I received a message from an unfamiliar number. It was an image of Rebecca weeping with the note. See what you've done to her. Satisfied now? I replied. She appears as content as I was when she uttered another man's name. I suppose we're balanced. Update 2, day 5 after the relocation. Rebecca's sense of entitlement has soared to impressive heights. She attempted to enter our bank account. Luckily, I'd already diverted my salary deposit to my personal account that morning after the event. She could reach the shared account, all $73 remaining. I'd intended to shut it regardless. She phoned me yelling, You took our funds. I'd intended to shut it regardless. She phoned me yelling, "You took our funds. I rerouted my earnings to my account. Your earnings still go where you choose. I require funds for legal representation. Better begin saving. You orchestrated this. You were seeking a pretext." "No, Rebecca, I was hoping for my spouse to not address me with another man's name during intimacy." Evidently that was excessive. She attempted a different tactic. Posted on social platforms about how I rendered her without shelter over a minor error and seized everything from her. The responses were intriguing. Her acquaintances first united in her defense, but then someone questioned, what was the error? She avoided answering. So I did, from my profile. The error was addressing me as Trevor during closeness. Trevor is her ex, whom she's been covertly messaging for 6 months. The response area erupted. Abruptly, her backing group became silent. Her acquaintance Nicole actually contacted me privately. Is that truly what occurred? Yes, oh my gosh. She informed us you were domineering and envious without cause. Without cause except her continuing emotional involvement with her ex. Nicole provided me captures. Rebecca had been in their chat group for months grumbling about me, how I was dull, how I didn't value her, how Trevor truly comprehended her. But here's the surprise. She'd been organizing to depart from me anyway. After our youngest began full-time schooling next year, she planned to delay until then to argue she'd been a homemaker and secure superior support payments. The messages dated back 2 months. I sent everything to my attorney. Then the custody handover arrived. She collected the children from school as planned. 2 hours on, my 7-year-old phoned me in tears. "Daddy, why is all of Mommy's stuff at some guy's place?" "What do you mean, son?" "Mommy brought us to this home and there were crates all over and she was shouting at some guy and his partner was shouting too and I'm frightened. She brought our children to Trevor's place, to Trevor's place. I drove there right away. Indeed, disorder. Rebecca yelling at Trevor's partner Katie, who was hurling Rebecca's crates onto the grass. Remove your junk from my boyfriend's home, you lunatic. He welcomed me here. We share a past." "Yeah, old past. You're wedded, with children." My children were in Rebecca's vehicle in tears. I approached calmly. "Kids, come with father. You can't take them," Rebecca yelled. "It's my parenting period." "You exposed them to a family argument. You subjected them to grown-up strife. That's a breach of fundamental parenting norms." Katie added, "Take those children." This lady is deranged. She arrived claiming Trevor vowed to aid her. He's been concealed in the restroom for 20 minutes. I placed the children in my vehicle. Rebecca attempted to halt me, actually clutched my arm. "Touch me again and I summon the police," I stated softly. "You've already distressed them sufficiently today," she released. As I departed, I noticed Trevor finally appear, resembling a person who just discovered he'd poked a hornet's nest. That evening, after the children slept, my attorney phoned. "The captures you forwarded are invaluable. She's been plotting desertion. The reality she subjected the kids to that incident today. Record all. This will be a brief separation. Update 3, Week 2. Rebecca escalated dramatically. First, she attempted to have me dismissed. Phoned my supervisor alleging I was mentally unstable and a risk at work. My supervisor, Frank, summoned me to his office. "Jake, I received an odd call from your wife, soon ex-wife. She claims you're experiencing a breakdown." I displayed the messages, the captures, the entire tale. Frank, divorced twice, simply shook his head. "Pal, I've experienced it. Take any time necessary, and if she contacts again, I'll record for harassment." Then she tried the religious approach. We used to attend First Methodist in the center. She informed Pastor Williams I was unfaithful and had deserted my family. Pastor Williams contacted for my version. I clarified all, including displaying her messages with Trevor predating our event. His reply, "Jacob, I've advised many pairs. What she did was disloyalty. You're establishing limits." That's positive. Sunday arrived. She attended church in a gown, revealing much, seated up front, dramatically praying, wiping her eyes with tissues. I occupied our regular seat with the children, composed, ordinary. Post-service, she caused a commotion in the lot. "How can you occupy God's sanctuary after what you've inflicted on our family? Rebecca, you uttered another man's name in our marriage bed. Let's avoid discussing wrongdoing in the church lot." Multiple individuals overheard. The rumor spread quickly, but the true intensification came Tuesday. I arrived home from work to discover my garage defaced with spray paint. Jerk in vivid red. Surveillance captured it all. Rebecca at 2 a.m., hooded, but obviously her. Contacted the police, submitted a report. Defacement, damage to property. The officer viewed the recording. Sir, do you wish to file charges? Yes. This is your spouse. The strange spouse who's been in an emotional liaison and addressed me with her ex's name during closeness. The officer, a female in her 40s, just stated, file charges. My ex-spouse did similar, the name mix-up, not the defacement. Rebecca was detained at her job the next day before her co-workers. Her arrest photo was online in the police log by night. Her mother phoned yelling about shame and family dishonor. Gloria, she defaced my garage. That's criminal. It's only paint. It's defacement and captured on video. You pushed her to it. No, she drove herself. Literally in her Honda at 2 a.m., all recorded. Then the envoys arrived, her friends, relatives, strangers. She'd persuaded them I was the antagonist. You're destroying her existence over zilch. How can you do this to your children's mother? True men pardon. To each I sent identical reply. She used Trevor's name during sex. She's been messaging Trevor for 6 months. She defaced my property. Choices have outcomes, most quieted after that. The persistent ones were blocked. Meanwhile, Trevor vanished entirely, altered his contact. His partner Katie connected via social media. Hi, just to inform you, Trevor and I are relocating. He wants no involvement in this turmoil. He requested I convey he's regretful for his role, but he truly believed she was divorced already. Also, we're still uncovering her items. I've given most to charity. Rebecca's items donated to charity, including her valued grandmother's porcelain. When Rebecca learned, she had a total breakdown, phoned me sobbing, genuine tears now, her porcelain. My grandmother's porcelain. It's vanished. This is your doing. You should have considered that before messaging your ex and using his name in bed. It was worth thousands. Then perhaps you should have treasured our marriage worth thousands as well. I despise you. That's okay. Despise me from afar. Update 4. Week 3 introduced the legal documents. Rebecca engaged Diane Morrison, locally called the Man-Devourer divorce lawyer. Initial action was bold, demanding the residence, full guardianship, maintenance, child aid, and compensation for wrongful removal. My attorney Tom genuinely laughed reading it. She defaced your property. She's documented planning to abandon you, and she brought your kids to a confrontation at her lover's home. This is bluffing. We countered with our filing. Infidelity, emotional factors in our area, defacement, child risk, and efforts at parental estrangement. Then the urgent custody session. Rebecca arrived attired like a scholar, hair tied, modest outfit, light cosmetics, the dedicated parent guise. I wore standard court clothes, slacks and shirt, no guys needed, had evidence. Her lawyer contended I'd left her without home and was distancing the kids from their mom. Tom rose. Honorable Judge, we possess surveillance of Mrs. Henderson defacing Mr. Henderson's garage with insults. We have captures of her scheming to exit the marriage after better financial setup. We have statements she brought the young children to a heated situation at her affair partner's home. The judge, an elder female seeming experienced, examined the proof. Mrs. Henderson, did you address your husband with another man's name during private relations? Rebecca flushed. It was accidental. Did you instruct him to, quote, move on? Yes, but did you deface his property? I was upset. Did you bring your kids to your ex-partner's residence where a dispute happened? I didn't anticipate his partner there. The judge peered over her spectacles. Mrs. Henderson, you've shown bad decisions, illegal actions, and neglect for your kids' welfare. Temporary main custody granted to Mr. Henderson. You'll have monitored visits pending assessment, Rebecca erupted. This is bias. Mothers typically receive custody. He orchestrated all. Mrs. Henderson, restrain or I'll cite contempt. Diane attempted mitigation. Honorable, my client faces severe pressure. Pressure she generated. Next matter, the residence, mine. Pre-wedding property from my grandfather. Maintenance rejected. She has work and qualifications. Child aid, she'll pay me. Rebecca exited angrily, Diane trailing, shoes echoing on the floor. In the lot, Rebecca faced me. You've alienated my kids from me. No, you did when you took them to Trevor's and let them witness you argue with his partner. This isn't finished. Actually, it largely is. That evening, I prepared the kids' preferred meal, tacos. My youngest inquired, why doesn't mommy reside here now? Sometimes grown-ups make decisions that alter things, son. Did she pick Trevor? Kids overhear all. She decided to wound daddy's emotions and not regret it. That's unkind. Yes, son.